Our opening game on the second week of men's 5-pin play features Mark Johnstone of Edmonton and Aaron Alblas from Winnipeg. And Johnstone, who is the current Canadian National Open champion, has 2 strikes out.
Little
line, he got away with it.
Boy, did he ever. Little slip at the foul line, but he kept that one on track. See where he goes here. Just at the end, put his heel down a little bit early.
But you know, it's not unlike other sports. I mean, you think about golf. I mean, you can take that club back and you can twirl it like a baton. It's wherever you release or where you hit. And in his case, his release point was okay and the stumble came after.
It was exactly correct.
Nice for Aaron Alblas out of Winnipeg. He had the open in the first and now comes back with 2 strikes.
Nice smooth approach, really low controlled backswing. Gets it out on the lane. That one crossed over. Catches the left-hand pocket. Just a little on the side. Got away with one there.
Now Aaron is a national champion as well. In 2007, he won the national championship in the mixed team.
Coached by his father, Jack. Looking on from the audience.
As we said before, you know, this is different for them. Here's a young man who isn't that long out of the youth ranks, now stepping into onto the men's lane, as it were, and pressure's a little bit more. I think you're facing different kinds of bowlers, different temperaments. Find there's sometimes an intimidation factor also that comes when you move up.
And out here, you're all on your own. Both these players more used to the team environment where you've got 4 or 5 other players on your team plus a coach. Little slip at the foul line there as well. Slid that one by. It'll be a second open frame for Aaron.
So obviously angry with himself because he had the open, puts back-to-back strikes, and now an open for 91 through 4.
Mark Johnstone off to a great start. Front 3 in this game. Certainly no stranger to a lot of strikes. He's had 2 perfect games, one in 2006, another one back in 2007. That time he was solid at the foul line, but the ball never moved at all. Right on the nose, drove the head pin straight back.
Talk to me about his style, because he just seems to get very, very low. There's that ball, when it's perfectly thrown, almost makes no sound.
Right, the trajectory is very flat, but he gets down low to the foul line. Very little backswing. You can see the ball's actually behind the foul line almost when he lets it go, but great follow through.
And he'll have his first open. And so it's 117 through 4 for Mark Johnstone, as he has the 26-pin lead.
See Mark making sure that the bowling ball's not picking up any oil that'll affect his grip on it. They'll clean it off after every shot.
Oh, didn't come off the wall for him.
Now he was looking for a string pull on that one. Left-hand pocket, and he drives the 3-pin up, over, and around the corner pin. And the way that the head pin and the 3-pin react is all about the angle that the ball hits into the pocket with. That one was a little maybe steeper angle, and he drove them both sideways.
But an opening here for Aaron Alblas from Winnipeg. He bowls out of the Dakota lanes. He works as a customer clerk for the Manitoba Liquor Control Commission. Yes, we'll toast that with a strike.
Big break here. The ball starts to hook and just gets back to the head pin, but the angle the ball's entering the pocket drives the head pin and the 3-pin to that left corner pin. Early break, take advantage. That's the big thing now for Aaron.
Dropped it.
Yeah, you can hear that one hit the lane. He didn't get it out on the lane. He's mad at himself for that one.
He bounced. I just don't want to get into too much of a philosophical discussion here, but you mentioned about the strings, and I grew up playing without the strings game. When my YBC days, years and years and years ago. There's still people who argue that the strings made it easier.
There's arguments both ways. In the days of free fall, you got different kind of reactions off the sidewall, off back cushions. So there was still lots of breaks, but the game has changed a little bit. The younger players, for the most part, are throwing the ball a little bit harder, a little bit more stuff on it. In the free fall days, it was all about control, speed control, angle control to the pocket, because the pins would bounce around all over the place. I don't think there's a great deal of difference if we checked averages over the years between free fall and string machine.
Alblas with the open after the strike in 5, so he's 121 through 6. And now Mark Johnstone from Edmonton. He's a member of the Bowling Proprietors of Canada, owning Collingwood Lanes in Edmonton, and he has a spare up in 5, and he now has a strike in 6. Boy, that one came down from the clouds to clobber that right corner.
He's getting great pin reaction. Great approach, though. He's so smooth at the foul line.
Boom.
That was a 3-pin up high off the wall.
Just rained down.
Adds to his lead through 6 frames. Left-hand pocket thin, backup moving into the pocket. Again, great reaction. 2 in a row.
And so now Aaron Alblas try to get something going with the open up in 6. And there's again you look at his card. He has the open, couple of strikes, snaps it with an open, gets a strike, another open. Compare that to Johnstone, who's been able to string some marks together. Little bounce again.
Yeah, I got rid of that one awfully early. Looks like his timing was just a little bit out. Man, a difference in this match. Of course, Aaron's had 2 head pins in his first 7 frames, and then that chop off in the middle in frame 4 in between strikes. So he's really cut the game off. Good spare coming back, though. Keeps the game alive. He's in a pretty big hole. He's going to have to get some strikes in a row in order to get back in this match. That's the ball he'll want to keep, the one he just threw at the spare. He got really good reaction. A little bit of a bounce again, but this time it crossed over. Left-hand pocket gets the strike.
Saw his dad, Jack, there, who is his coach. How much coaching can be done in these events? Just curious about that. Could he pull him aside and give him a little word? Oh, man, he is right there. Maybe a little word of encouragement, but maybe just something, hey, you know.
It'll be quick, little subtle reminders.
Sure.
You know, watch your feet speed, target focus. Not very much. You're not going to make major adjustments at this point in a match.
Another string of 3 in a row for Johnstone in 6, 7, and 8.
Mark doesn't seem to matter. Either the left or the right hand pocket. He's getting great reaction. He's playing straight up the boards right in the middle of the lane. So if one breaks, doesn't break, he's still got a chance to get the head pin and get strikes.
Another again. Oh my. Again got away with the stumble at the line. And then he did get the pull on that right corner.
But he's throwing the ball. He's great location. He's right, like I said, he's right up over the center arrow. Both pockets are working really well for him. Fair bit of speed. Must have. Aaron really had to be able to strike out here in the 9th and 10th frames to put any kind of pressure back on Mark. Now he's only left himself with a possible 256. Aaron cruising along. He's got 237 in the 7th plus 2 strikes working. He's got a possible 372.
So Johnstone is going to move on here. Just a more consistent game by the Edmonton bowler.
Aaron just hasn't really looked comfortable at the foul line. He's made a couple of slips that have seemed to throw him off. He's been fairly consistent on the head pin. That's actually his first miss of the game, but 2 head pin punches in the 1st and 6th.
Just not his day. And then again we point out it's just so different than tournament play. You'd be able to, as a psychologist, sports psychologist, say you park this one and you go on to the next game. But there is no next game here for Aaron Alblas, as he will bowl a 2-11. And now we'll watch Mark Johnstone finish out. Now Johnstone has a potential of a 372, and if he strikes out, that would be a record score. Al Paquette of Timmins bowled a 365 in 2007.
And for Mark, this is all about getting ready for the next match. Make good shots. Keep your focus. That's the first time he's missed the head pin this game.
You're wondering what the record score in the old Pins game was. It was a good friend of ours, Joe Cranabetter. Remember Joe? 395. Joe from Tofino, BC. He bowled that back in 2003. So Mark Johnstone, the reigning National Open champion, bowls a very impressive 312, and he'll advance to the quarterfinals, while Aaron Alblas of Winnipeg will take home $250. It's week 2, men's 5-pin play here on TSN.